One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Together.
And welcome, folks out there in podcast land. Happy Thursday evening here. Welcome to the 19th edition of Season 3 here of the True Patriot Outfitters podcast. Folks, we had a scheduled interview we were going to play in our normal lineup for tonight, but man, I got to tell you, things have been moving and just coming at us at light speed here, and with so much stuff starting to mount up and so many cool changes that are about to take place here for this season, we wanted to kind of get this stuff, get it out there, start making sense of why you're going to be seeing some of the things that you're seeing. And so with that being said, we wanted to go ahead and just kind of do a live broadcast tonight here, kind of open up for questions and such if anybody had any, and just give you a full, status update, man, on where things are at on the fishing side and on the nonprofit side, as we have those two worlds that we try to blend together. That's been our mission from day one. So without further ado, let's get right into this stuff, man. We've got quite a bit here, and joining us in about 30 minutes, we have a very, very special guest that's going to be showing up. And so we're super stoked for that. That's got some really, really good information that we wanted to get out there and pass on. So any rate, we'll get this thing going. Before we get going too far, remember, folks, smash the subscribe if you're on YouTube watching this. That is such a huge deal for us. Share this to any group on Facebook that you will. We try not to post in too many groups unless it's directly related, just because we don't want to violate any any group regulations. I don't want to get on the bad side of anybody out there. But if you think it's relevant and you're a member of a certain area, please feel free to share this stuff around. The more followers, the more likes, the more subscribes that we get, it's just the better it is all the way around the board for our programs, for our sponsors that are making those programs possible. So thank you so much for all of you that have, and please continue to do so and spread the word to family and friends. So the first thing up, man, is we want to get a little bit of sponsor wrap up. So, and I'm going to just admit something completely out here with so much stuff going on. I can't remember if we've done our spotlight yet on Blackfish. I know we got the video done. So it was a matter of just whether or not it aired yet or not, but I'll go back and double check. But, I wanted to hit first our three primary sponsors right now as we speak for 2023. We have three companies that we've been with and that we worked with. We have experience with their products, and man, have they stepped up this year on the fishing side of things to assure that I can stay out there doing what I do for a living here. And in turn, that directly means that I have all that extra time in our primary focus to be that of the nonprofit work. For those of you that are unaware, this is what I do for a living. I fish, I run the podcast. My number one priority is the True Patriot Outfitters, making sure those services stay running. And the draw for us, the appeal that we have with this that kind of separates us from others is what I do for a living, and that is chase fish around the country. We purposely, dice our schedule up, and we purposely drop out of events because of scheduled nonprofit events that we know that need to come before anything else. So we it's a balancing act, to be sure, but with a lot of organization and proper planning, we can make it all come together like this. We thought that we could when we were first conceiving this idea, and so we continue to do that. So nevertheless, the three primary sponsors that we have for this season that are the biggest contributors for us, that have really, like I said, really upped the ante this year with us, making this all possible in no particular order. Number one, Vicious Fishing. Yeah, that one was kind of we weren't sure where everything was at with that. Just everybody was so busy, things were kind of crazy. But Vicious Fishing is back with a vengeance with us. It is the whole hashtag Get Vicious. We're excited, man. We've got a bunch of Vicious Fishing swag we're going to be giving away at these events that we do. Um, Everybody that comes and joins us is going to get some Vicious Fishing, like I said, some swag. Going to get some fishing line that when we do our programs out there. They're going to be set up. It's the same fishing line that I trust and use on the road. I've got the stuff sitting right here. It's the same stuff that we absolutely make a living off of, and so that is something that I have no problem sharing that with these great warriors that join us. But man, Vicious is back, and they we've used them for a lot of years as for product wise, and last year was our first real full season back. As far as working with them on a sponsorship level, and now we're again this year with them, and could not be happier about it. Super excited to have Greg and his entire team supporting us out there on the fishing trails in the kayak world, and then of course supporting all of our efforts that we do with the TPO. Next in line, Amped Outdoors. So last year they helped us get our program established with the kayaks. We were brand new to it coming in. Amped stepped up. Matt, the owner over there, and his team, phenomenal people. I got to tell you, these lithium batteries are second to none. I'll put Amped up against any other brand out there and not even bat an eyelash at it. They keep their prices very reasonable and understanding, and yet deliver one of the highest quality product lithium batteries you're going to find out there. I have yet to hear somebody have a bad experience with an Amped product, and that is saying volumes. We run 3 different versions. I've got a pair of 12 volts. One's a 30 amp, one's an 80. One's for my motor, one's for my electronics and lights. And then my favorite, being that Newport vessel EPS motor on the back of my new canoe. I run a 24 volt with that. And dude, these things are they're just rock solid, and we absolutely love them. Anytime we have questions or want advice, their website is loaded with information. You can geek out as much as you want out there with a bunch of spreadsheets, great how-to videos, and great tips on how to take care of your product there. Amped Outdoors, Matt and his team, we love them. We're proud to be a part of those guys for this year, and they really upped the ante for us as well. And last but not least, Blackfish Gear. Underneath the Blackfish Gear is also, all-terrain tackle. That's all under the Clam Outdoors deal, but Blackfish especially. Dude, I mean, this is literally the equipment that is closest to me physically. I mean, without the Blackfish Gear, we don't stay dry, we don't stay warm, and so, dude, having these guys, backing us the way they are right now for this season, super stoked. Love Matt Johnson, the director of pro staff over there, and all the work that he does. Could be possibly one of the busiest guys in the entire fishing industry, watching him do what he does. But nevertheless, super stoked to have Blackfish Gear really stepping up in that primary role for us, man. So we're happy with that. On the other side of this, we have several other. Of course, we are part of Team New Canoe this year. That is a big one on the fishing side. That's really taken us kind of to another level here. Blake Young and that entire organization over there, they've revamped how they handle their team members out there. And so that's going to be super cool to be a part of that here. I'm kind of in a goofy area here in the Rocky Mountain region when it comes to certain areas, but we've got things in the works. So we're trying to figure a few things out. So very, very happy and proud to be a part of Team New Canoe. I love my Unlimiteds. That we have sitting out there. Our warships are battle tested, and we absolutely, I couldn't imagine fishing out of anything else because I haven't yet, and I don't know if I have much of a desire to. So, any rate, I wanted to also kind of just touch base, of course, on the number one, our primary, and that is Roman's Warrior Foundation and the entire network. When I say they sponsor, that word doesn't even cover what they have done for us and the position they've been able to put us in, and allow us to do these things, and that's like I said, it goes so far beyond a sponsorship piece. Without the tutelage and the guidance of Romans Warrior Foundation, specifically Mr. Romans himself, I wouldn't have anywhere near the understanding of the work that we do here. He'll tell you when you get a chance to hear from him. I have called him as late as midnight, asking for assistance and guidance on certain topics because we had the need arose, and I knew I didn't know anywhere else to go, and that was the number one source I had. And that has just gone miles for a guy like me that has not walked in those shoes, but desperately desires to try to make sure that our programs are delivering what is needed there. So Romans has made all of this possible for us, and they will continue to be on the front of our jersey on the side of that truck through and through. While we're doing this, we're through and with those with that support of that entire network out there. And that includes the Stop 22 tour, the Global War on Terror, the Hoosiers with Hearts, the whole network, man. And some of our others that we have brought in, such as Operation Equine. I say we brought in. They were gracious enough to join us. That's a huge one, having Operation Equine joining us. Recently here, I am looking to really bridge some stuff with Project Sanctuary. I'm going to be learning a lot from that organization in the recreational therapy side of things. So, and we've got several others that we're going to be going after there. But on to, let's talk about one of the big announcements that we have. Now, this is on the fishing tip. Of course, it all ties together, but on the fishing side of things, this might be one of our biggest announcements of the entire year. Something that I am giddy as a schoolgirl over. Have been talking about this when it happened, mainly because of the fact of how much respect I have for the people that run this organization. They not only run a very fair organization, but they are absolutely driven and make their decisions based on others around them first. And then when I found out the main guy in charge is also a Marine, that just, of course, hit right close to home with that for me there, and it just cemented the whole thing. But I'm talking about the All-American Kayak Series, Mr. Joshua Booth, Mr. Tyler Cole, those two that run that. Mr. Booth has agreed to allow the True Patriot Outfitters for the year 2023 here. We're going to be their official podcast for this series. I can't explain to you the excitement level basically that comes with this. The fact that we will be able to cover the events that are taking place in the All-American Kayak Series, the anglers, we're going to be broadcasting them across our channels, across the All-American page. And of course, that includes, YouTube as well. Basically, just giving, we want to give folks an idea of what these places are like, where we're going. And then, of course, speaking to the anglers directly. Now, I'm not going to be at every one of those events as much as I would absolutely love to. We have some big events going on with Romans Warrior Foundation and the TPO this year. And so we have to, like I said at the very start of this podcast, we have to find that balancing act. So I can't be at every one of those events, but we're going to still work out to where we're broadcasting before what you should be seeing at each one of these events. It's about a week before the event. We're going to be having a podcast go out that's going to be a pre-event. We're going to try to reach out. We're going to connect with some folks in the local area of that, and just kind of get an idea what the anglers are going to be seeing when they get there. A lay of the land, the generalities of the lake, what things are looking like, and just sharing public information that's readily available out there. But basically, try to bring it out and talk to some people about what the area looks like and how what the anglers should be seeing before they get there. It will definitely be focused on the fishing aspects and those sides. And this is what's going to be taking place during the, my deepest competitive season there. The other side of that is we want to catch up at the end of this. We want to catch the results. If we can catch the award ceremony, that's what we want to broadcast and throw out there. Otherwise, we'll have some recording pieces that we can come back later and make sure that we cover that, and then catch up with some of these anglers for some interviews on how well they did or how well they didn't do. But just catch up with a bunch of familiar faces, maybe some unfamiliar, and introduce you to some of those folks out there. So, man, that's like I said, the fact that the All-American Kayak Series is going to allow us, our little podcast, to be their primary source for broadcasting this stuff is something we are beyond excited about, very proud of, very grateful for this opportunity, and we hope we can do them proud, and all the anglers out there. So anglers, if you are one that fishes in the All-American Kayak Series and you see my chunky butt coming up to you, the reason is I want to get an interview with you, man. I want to get you on the podcast. And if I reach out to you on Facebook, that's the whole purpose of this. So when you see that, we're going to be getting underway, man. Our first event's coming up, Lake of the Pines. We are just over 30 days out on it, right? And so it's not too long from now. We're going to be getting this thing rolling, and we will be at that one for sure. So that is one of the big major announcements that we wanted to throw out there. Our format change with the podcast, as I just kind of mentioned, is going to be altering a little bit. We won't have as many interviews like what you've been seeing, and it'll probably move to a once a week maneuver. We'll go live anytime there's something very, unique that's going on, because the other side of the podcast will be covering all of the nonprofit work events that we're doing out there, from the TPO to Romans Warrior Foundation. We've got the wall is traveling all over the country already. We've got so many booked, and we know we're going to get more bookings when people start seeing this. And so we've got some very, very cool events there. One of the last things here before we get into me reaching out to our special guest here that we're going to have tonight, two pieces here. First off, I wanted to wrap up. We have those primary sponsors, but we also do have our associated sponsors. These are sponsors that in one way or another have made it easier for us to keep our programs running, or allow me to keep doing what I'm doing out there. And so I would be remiss if we didn't get a chance to mention several of those. Q Incorporated, they are actually a part of the Romans Warrior Foundation network of businesses out there with support. Ironborn barbecue sauces. I mean, obviously, you look at me, I don't pass up barbecue, y'all. And these guys, Brian and what he has come up with there with that Carolina 151, dude, I'm telling you, you will stand up and beg for buttermilk. It is some good stuff. Good stuff. You absolutely have to try some of this at QUE Incorporated. Go Google them, check them out on our page. You'll find them there. You will see, all that good stuff running around out there. So Q is definitely there. Pure Fishing. We're new to them this year. So very thankful for this. Pure Fishing, for those of you unaware, that is the mothership that is in control of many of the biggest brands that you have heard of out there. Berkeley, Plano, Abu Garcia, Fluger. I mean, in the Stren, Ugly Sticks, the list goes on. And we had the opportunity now to be a part of the Pure Fishing group there. So Berkeley and Plano are absolutely two. We do still have a ton of Garcia reels that we continue to use year in and year out. Need to start replacing a couple just because I've beat on them for a few seasons here. So nevertheless, man, we're super stoked to be a part of that whole piece there. And then, of course, our local clubs, Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, so we'll be fishing those. The Colorado Kayak Fishing Club, huge deal. If you're in the Colorado area, check out the Colorado Kayak Fishing Club. If you're new to fishing, if you feel like you've got the wiles that you can get out there in a kayak and get to work there, check out the Colorado Kayak Bassmasters. I'm just trying to save you a little money, because if not, there's some straight killers in that division there. They're friendly as all get out. They're super friendly while they take your money. I'll tell you that stuff right now. Strawbridge being the number one, and he's the guy that runs the thing out there. But nevertheless, all of those organizations as well, they are supporting us and keeping us going. And of course, Shields, Colorado, that is a big one. A very big one, and we are. I can say this much right now. We're in talks right now with Shields to see if there's opportunities there that we can go further with Shields, and so I'm hoping to see what happens. They have been massive supporters of the TPO and Romans Warrior Foundation with all of our outdoor adventure piece, all of our equipment that we have, PFDs, paddles, safety lights, the fishing gear you see behind me. All of that's from Shields, Johnstown, Colorado. They have donated that stuff to us for our programs. And so with that, I mean, we absolutely love that entire team up there in that corporate, the entire company as a whole. And so we just we're exploring some new options here, the possibility to go even further with that. But we'll let you know what happens and what comes from that. A couple comments coming through. Oh man, look at this! This is awesome stuff. Mr. Joshua Booth said, "Thank you, Gene." No, thank you, sir. We appreciate the opportunity, man. This is going to be some super cool stuff. And then, hey, looky there. The man himself, Mr. Brian Roman's thanking Joshua as well. We're all from RWF through, man. We're all very, very thankful for these opportunities and for the All-American to help us get this stuff through. So without further ado, folks, I think I see him in my green room here. Our special guest is with us. We have some very, very special and important is even an understatement, events coming up here within the next 9 days. And I wanted our big toe, our big cheese, the head fish, the man in charge of the whole thing to come here and kind of give us some information on that. So without further ado, ladies and germs, please welcome to the show, Mr. Brian Romans. What's happening, boss?
How are you?
We're peachy keen, bro. We're peachy keen here. We're, hang on a sec. Let me see. I think I have... There we go. That's the one that's got our logos in it. Yeah, now we clean the screen up.
Man.
So listen, man, I know it's late on your side over there, and so thank you so very much, brother, for agreeing to come here to the podcast tonight. This stuff is just so freaking important. It made total sense to me that it comes from you, so that people out here, because if we could do something from Colorado and bring out there, it would be amazing. And we're doing what we can on this end here, but I was hoping the podcast would reach out there and touch base with a few people as well. So without further ado, man, let's talk February 18th. What is going on out there for the folks that are unaware?
Yeah, let's do it. So February 18th, well, let's start with the very beginning, right? So Colorado's own native son, Tyler J. Satterfield, United States Marine Corps combat veteran, singer-songwriter, saved so many lives, has impacted so many lives through a simple song. And a lot of Marines especially know him. A lot of combat vets know him because of the song called the EAS song. It's a lot of three-letter acronyms that he's thrown out there throughout his career. And the story behind the song, actually, his platoon, I believe it was, had gotten ambushed, and they had some unfortunate incidents that took place during the ambush, and they were all down on morale. So Tyler sat down with his guitar and he wrote this song, and it boosted morale so much so that it pulled the attention of his senior leadership. And he did actually end up getting in trouble for the song once they figured out that it was a distance song. But it was a song. But unfortunately, Tyler, we found out last month that Tyler had to undergo a procedure and remove, hopefully 100%, but we don't know yet. But he had stage 4 thyroid cancer. Stage 4 kind of scares everybody when they hear that. But Tyler is upbeat about it. The doctors are optimistic that they can prolong his life and give him some more energy back to be able to help promote and keep growing within the veteran community. So February 18th is all about Tyler. We've got singer-songwriters coming in from across the country that have heard Tyler, been impacted by Tyler, heard his message, been moved by his songs. One of the greatest songs I think he's ever written on top of the EAS song is called The Circus, because it pulls
that
to the
is
heart.
So good.
Combat veteran. And, Tyler has got the outlaw country rap. I mean, he's got a voice that sounds like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash mixed together. You can hear the emotion pouring through his voice when he sings a song. And right now the fear is, will he be able to sing again? So while we all get to do everything that we love and we love to do and we like to do, Tyler might not be able to continue on that path. That's a very realistic thing for him. So what we've done is we've pulled our community together across the country at concert for Tyler February 18th at the Heroes Den in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We are taking over the entire damn parking lot. And if I can't cuss, I'm sorry, we're taking over the entire damn parking lot.
You absolutely can.
We've got a stage already set. We've got sound already set. We've got musicians that have confirmed. We've got a whole hog being barbecued for us. We've got a crawfish broil coming on, a 360 selfie booth that's going to be set up for folks to take selfies with. We've got drink specials coming out from our sponsor in kind with Heroes Vodka, Travis McVeigh, fellow combat Marine. He's going to be out there with the Heroes Vodka stuff. So we got a lot of different things coming in. And of course, we've got our own Stop 22 artists that are going to be popping in and sharing their love for Tyler as well. We've got a lot of special guests that are going to be popping in to say hey and share their love. Some are big names. Some are chart toppers. Some are local vets just coming out of the woodwork, as we do with our open mic nights down there in Murfreesboro. But the big thing is all proceeds are going to be going to help Tyler and his family through this horrific time that they're moving through. I haven't talked to Tyler, but on the phone verbally, but when I'm sending him text messages and saying, hey, this is what we got going on. Before his surgery, he was moved with emotion. He doesn't ask for help. He doesn't ask for,
he's a Marine.
Right. I'm trying to put into words because we're the same way. We're programmed, but I
was going to say, I'm learning you guys really well.
To muddle through it to be able to hear that call. This is what we're doing for you. I mean, it moved him beyond words. So we are proud to bring everybody together.
Hang tight, folks.
There you are.
There we go. Yep. Just a little stip.
Folks, I am in rural Alabama.
Sticks. Okay. Yeah, you're in the sticks, dude. I was just getting ready to compliment on how well our connection is tonight. It's going well, man.
Muscle Shoals has got the swampers, I'm telling you. But we've been talking to another well-known artist who has some friends. They're celebrating the 20th anniversary of one of his hit songs. I'm not going to release his name yet or the song because I want to make sure we got him hooked for the event. But all in all, come down and see us February 18th. It's going to be a great time down there. We're taking over the parking lot starting at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're going until the city of Murfreesboro tells us to shut it down.
Perfect.
That's how we're going to roll. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that for those folks that are watching or that catch this video later, we at the True Patriot Outfitters piece, my wife and I, we are heading down there to the Heroes Den. We're going to be arriving on the 18th, right about the time that they start firing up the barbecue on that pig, is when we should be getting into the parking lot there ourselves. And what we have desired to do from day one was bring a care package from Colorado and be able to, bring it there and deliver this to Tyler and his family and make sure, because folks, the important piece, this is a Colorado native here that we've got. He was just here. If you came up and enjoyed the Global War on Terror's Wall of Remembrance last Veterans Day, Tyler was just here singing at that carousel set up in front of an amp and a guitar and absolutely blew the roof off of that place. Right. And did this basically, these guys have all came through there. So this is a young man that has dedicated his life to serving others and helping others. And yeah, he's not going to ask for it, but you damn right. We need to, this is a time where this is, hopefully we can do something from, like I said, coming from Colorado, coming out there. Wow. And that either way, we'll get that through there. But yeah, this is a Colorado guy that could use some help from us out here.
Well, and there are similarities between Colorado and Tennessee with the forms of some certain things that you guys have that are natural. We are not able to partake in that in Alabama, but no, in all reality, I think that's exactly right, Gene, and that'll hit home with Tyler. That'll resonate with him more than any positive words, I think, or any financial gain would be something from his home state saying, hey, Tyler, we're with you. We got you. We're standing proud. I don't think we need to do like a hashtag Tyler Strong or anything crazy like that, but Just something from Colorado that says, hey man, you were just here, you rocked it out in Johnstown, and Johnstown's standing with you. We're
Yep.
right here with you. North Colorado is right here with you, and the whole damn state's right behind you. And just some of the guys that are going to be there on February 18th, Gene, is going to be some local guys, so we all know Sal Gonzalez and Steven Cochran. They were out there in Johnstown as well. They're both going to be there.
That's awesome.
I believe Steven and I are going to kind of tag team emceeing the event.
Nice.
He does a way better job. He's got that voice. I've got the face for radio. He's got the voice for radio. But I'm proud to say that, one of the other original founders of the Stop 22 tour, Daniel Broderick, will be there.
Very cool.
Steven's buddy Jason Bauer will be there. We got Chris Turner providing sound. He's going to show up later on in the evening. We've got obviously Sal Gonzalez, a relative newcomer to the 22 tour, Malachias, and his guitarist and backup singer Chris Kay. There's another Matthew Broderick that'll be coming out there. Tony Zane,
not Bueller.
What's that?
Not Bueller, Matthew Broderick.
Not Bueller, Matthew.
No.
Not Bueller. Let's make that clear. Michael Broderick. I did that to him last time. It's Michael Broderick. I apologize, Michael.
Gotcha.
But we've got another gentleman that just joined up on us, and pardon me while I pull this note up. Mike Corrado. He's known as the Singing Marine. He's going to be down, and he's going to show up and play as well. So
nice.
We've got more artists wanting to come and be a part of this, which is great, because the more the merrier. It's all about camaraderie. It's all about showing one of our own that we're standing shoulder to shoulder. We in the veteran community, we have a saying: never above, never below, always beside you. We'll help carry your pack until you're able and strong enough to carry it on your own. And even then, we're still going to pop you in the back of the head to make sure you can march on. That's just kind of what we do,
Yep. Well, and the point of this is for those folks maybe that want to, support with this is there's just going to be a ton of entertainment. You're going to have an absolute blast. And I can't impress upon you, more about how important it is to the veteran community when you donate your time. When you show your willingness to donate your time, in support of these things, it goes so very far and it means so much. I mean, it's a reminder as to what these warriors were fighting for. And that's us, the citizens out here that absolutely love them and are appreciative of what they do. And that's Tyler, man. That's the whole point of this thing. And having that many, I mean, there's going to be so many freaking artists there. How are you going to get? There's going to be like dueling banjos going on. I want to see Sal Gonzalez on a banjo. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So this is it's going to be an absolute blast. Heroes Den. That's the new home of the Stop 22, right? That's headquarters now. Is that kind of the way things have worked out?
Yes, sir. Yep. The owner is a combat vet himself. Sean, him and his beautiful bride. They've opened the doors up to us, and when we show up, we show out, and they allow us to do anything we need to. It's a comfortable environment for us to just be veterans. We don't have to worry about a stigma or the negative Nancy's that come in and veterans are evil people. No, we're actually just good old boys and girls that want to have a good time, and we don't walk on eggshells. We don't look for safe spaces. We just go out there and do what we got to do.
Yep.
And Sean and the Heroes Den family, they've opened it up and allow us to do that.
That is so very awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like I said, I wish we were, excuse me, I wish we were able to secure flights that were going to get us, excuse me, in a little bit early. But man, for some reason, when we were, looking at the flight information here, there was something. I think it's our number one airline just is having troubles right now, and so trying to get in there at a reasonable cost, at a reasonable time is quite the. I think even with these flights that we have, I think we're stopping. We got some layovers that we got to do a couple times just to even get there. So it's gonna be a trick, but it'll be well worth it once we're there. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and check out Tennessee, of course, afterwards in the days to follow, and then laugh at all you guys hungover.
Well, I got it. It's funny you say that. shameless plug, but I've got a really good digital magazine that you can follow to help you work your way around Rutherford County, and that's
Perfect.
Talk Around Rutherford.
Heck
It's a
yeah.
digital magazine. It's available at the App Store on iPhone and your Android devices, Google Play Store, or whatever.
Yep.
Uh, you can download the app, review it, and it'll tell you places that you might want to visit in Rutherford County, right
Awesome.
outside of Nashville. I mean, one of our featured articles for this month, I believe, is Craig Campbell and his wife have a new coffee shop, and
I
they're
saw
doing great
that. I
things.
saw
They are
I
doing
saw
great things.
I saw the last name and I'm like, hey, there we go. All right.
That's right. That's
Fellow
right.
fellow Scotsman out there
I
brewing
mean,
some coffee.
last month's magazine, the cover was you might recognize the young man. He's been on Hell's Kitchen fighting for the competition. So
Nice.
yeah, you got some bounty, and it's all centered around this group of folks that want to do better for their community. So
That's awesome stuff. Yep, it is. We've been planning to start throwing up a couple shares and so forth on a lot of their social media stuff to kind of help get the word out too out there because it is quality writing. It's quality journalism. That's put together there. It's absolutely
right.
appreciated because that is not an easy find in today's world. That much is certain. So listen, man,
Yeah.
that's so the February 18th. That's a huge deal, folks. Follow along at Romans Warrior Foundation. Go out to rwf.vet, the new website for us, location. Check out True Patriot Outfitters page there. Anywhere you can find, you will find links on all of our socials. The Field Ops, Stop 22, the GWAT wall. We all have information out there that has the information about the February 18th, the location. If you have any questions, reach out to any of our socials and hit us up, man. We would love to talk with you. If you have some ideas of ways to support, we are always open to that and know that it would be an awesome deal. So please hit up the Romans Warrior Foundation, hit up TPO either way, and we will get you to the right location. Now, before we wrap this up and I get a chance to let you go here, dude, we've got a pretty busy schedule lining up for 23. Holy Moses. I was looking at the calendar and you and I were talking, okay, well, maybe now if I leave a day early, I could then drive straight from this location to that location. And we're going to do it. I mean, as long as I got blood pumping and I'm still young enough to, keep this stuff going, we're going to get her done, man. But you are going to be logging some hella big miles on that coach this year. And tugging the wall all over this country and being able to share that memorial. Talk to me a little bit about that, man. What's it looking like so far? It's crazy.
Well, it is crazy, and that's where honestly, and I'm going to throw it out there, another shameless plug. That's where the donations and sponsorships are very key because it helps us with
Huge.
fuel costs and maintenance costs.
Dude.
So March, obviously, we're going to be down, or I'm sorry, February, we're going to be down in Murfreesboro.
Yep.
March 29th, we're tentatively going to be going to North Wilkesboro. March 29th is the VFW homecoming, and we've been asked to bring all the stops out for the VFW homecoming on March 29th.
Nice.
April, I am proud to say that my beautiful bride and I are going to be going down to Orlando, Florida. We have a trip that's already scheduled, so that's our time.
Good.
And then we ramp back up in May, brother. May will be right here in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Then June will be June starts the double tap. So we'll be in North Dakota beginning of June. Tail end of June will be in Marion, Illinois with the Heart. We'll be helping them with their season opener at the new ballpark they've got going on down there.
That's going to be a huge one, man.
August,
the Marion deal, that's a big event.
Well,
that is a real big event this year.
Right. They are letting the Romans Warrior Foundation family take over the entire ballpark for 3 days.
This thing has a capacity capability of like 7,500 people could pack into this thing, and it's the opening inaugural season piece, and they want us to be a part of that. Dude, that is what a freaking honor. How awesome is that? Love those people already.
What's crazy is they have a helicopter, and I'm going to do some crazy. Let your mind wander.
No.
So September, we're coming back out your way, Gene. We'll be
sir.
in Johnstown for over the September 11th weekend, and then the very following weekend we'll be down in Colorado Springs. Big shout out to Shields for making that happen. We'll be coming back to Johnstown Shields and then going down to the Colorado store, their sister store, just an hour or 20 minutes so down the road. And then on our way back east, we're going to be stopping back in Cottage Hills, Illinois for the Rivermen Patriots Festival out there at the VFW Hall out there. And then tentatively, we've got an event going back out west in Tempe, Arizona in November. So, yeah,
Wow.
You're right. We're going to be logging in some miles, man. So I'm glad you said it that way because, I mean, we've got 45 foot of RV. I've got 28 foot of blank canvas for all these sponsors to get their logos, their QR codes looked at by all these folks that we're going to be passing on the road. You know, I might get passed every now and then, but I'm pretty confident we're going to be passing folks on the road.
You know, and it's one of the things I try to talk to people about is that as the Romans Warrior Foundation is a national, foundation. There's no question about it. We travel all over the country, but make no mistake, this is your vision, brother. I mean, this is something that you have breathed the life in, and you surrounded yourself with a bunch of people that had just as crazy ideas to come after this. And we have all together started to breathe life into something here. But make no mistake, folks, it's not as if we're rolling down the road with a $200,000, $300,000, semi with a big trailer locked in behind it. And we've got this big, deal. We've got there's a motor coach that's pulling. We have a pickup that's pulling a race car. We got people that we have to fly in when it's the Stop 22, because these are national recording artists that are all over the country that when they agree to show up, we got to get them there. And then they need to be put up somewhere, and it's not as if we're staying at, the Ritz Hilton or anything along those lines. We got, so many people and moving parts go into this that the maintenance, cost, these things are real. That's where those donations come from, is to keep us out there. If you followed the RWF sites, the fun that Brian you've had. Oh my gosh, some of the issues that every now and then the coach, the big old the Scooby-Doo coach runs into. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery. But dude, when you put that many miles on it, it's just inevitable. It's machinery. It's going to have an issue. You got a wrench on machines. That's why there's mechanics. So yeah, it's that stuff like that comes out of nowhere that. We want to keep doing this and bringing this wall and this memorial all over the country and spreading the healing and the different little retreats. And that's where the donations come in. It's so important. The monies that go directly to this. None of us are taking paychecks anywhere along the line here. And just ask our wives; they'll tell you. They'll tell you. And it's one of those things that right now this money is going right into the programs and to make this all possible. So, very, very important.
And that's a very key piece. Like with TPO, you bought your rig, and you're using that to haul around the kayaks and whatnot. We are both equally blessed with women that love us, man, to hell and back, because I was able to talk my wife into purchasing this monstrosity of a motorhome that was a vision 3 years ago, and the moon and stars aligned, and here we are. Now, it's not the most perfect environment because currently, not going to lie, this is also our current home. But we make it work, and we make it work because I have a supportive family that allows me to do.
Absolutely.
If I can, real quick, I want to share something that might drive the nail home even more if I have time. We got time, real quick?
Absolutely, man. We got all the time in the world.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. I hear you.
Connection.
I hear you.
There we are. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I got something in the mail today. I got a care package. And
nice.
In that care package had a letter. Now, folks, we don't do this for the thanks. We don't do this for the recognition. We don't do this for any special gifts or incentives or nothing. Okay. We do this for the pure passion of helping our fellow man and women and their families. That's why we do this. There's two reasons why I decided to start the Romans Warrior Foundation. One, I lived through a bike accident, a motorcycle accident that everybody told me I should have died at. I walked away without a scratch, just road rash, I should say. No broken bones, no internal, just a road rash. That's it. And two, I got tired of seeing my buddies and hearing about my buddies dying, taking their lives. So we decided to get together and do something about it. And I want to share this with you. And I was asked to keep it as anonymous as I can. But it says, Brian, in 2020, you were instrumental in saving my life. It's important to share this with you because if it had not been for you, I would not be here today. It's no secret I've been battling some things since I left the Corps, but nobody knows those except for you. It goes on to say, during that period in his life, he was contemplating suicide on a daily basis and breaking down in tears because of physical and mental pain. His marriage was falling apart, and he had went from being a regiment of when he can see his children. The VA was just prescribing, as we call them, the vitamins, the Skittles, giving him the Skittles, a different Skittle to take care of the Band-Aid. He goes on to tell me something that he didn't disclose before, that he was putting things in place for that day. And then he says, I remember we talked about a new treatment for PTSD and anxiety, and it would be my final attempt. I remember us talking and you telling me about how I was to start this therapy, and if they didn't get it, it was going to be my day, is what he says. Out and submitted to the demons. You were there. You answered the call and helped me gain the strength to go to the first appointment. Between the first and second appointment, they say that's when you regress and are the worst mentally than prior to you even getting treatment. And it was an understatement. I was struggling. Didn't want to go to the second appointment, but you called and checked in on me, and that gave me the strength to make it. And I remained committed. It goes on for some more personal things, but I am proud to say that this gentleman, this veteran, he's completed a degree. He has bounced back from some of those physical, emotional, financial demons. And getting this letter today, it honestly took me about 3 hours to get through the first paragraph. Just really floored and moved. So I really appreciate it. Again, that's not why we do this. We do this to be able to. The most important thing about this is we do it to save lives.
Yes, sir.
And in someone's life makes everything worth it. It makes, truth be told, it makes 2020. It makes getting COVID worth it. It makes going through the hell and back worth it. It truly does. And I wish this individual the best of luck, and I'm happy to hear how well things are going for this individual. And I wanted to share that because that's why we do it.
Yes, sir.
We don't, as you said, we don't do it for a paycheck. The Lord knows we don't get it. We don't do it for notoriety. Human beings.
And we've talked about this before. A lot of times what people don't realize with nonprofit work, regardless of the area that you do nonprofit work in, nonprofit work can be a very, very difficult, long, arduous task, menial task, busy work, and a lot of slamming doors in your face left and right with no sign that you're actually doing anything that you think you're supposed to be doing. And then all of a sudden, something happens. For us, that Veterans Day last year was that something, at least for me, when we went to Ray's Ranch. And this letter is another example. All it takes is that one piece to see the impact firsthand of what it's doing, and it's a re-energizer, man. Dude, I can tell you just by you reading that letter to me now, I'm more once again recharged again, hearing that story, hearing what's going on with that, because it goes so much deeper than just taking. I mean, the memorial, the wall is beautiful, and we're very thankful for it, but it goes so much further than that. It's not a tangible thing that we're setting out to do. We're using different canvases to paint this picture, so to speak. With me, it's not just fishing. It's not just the kayaks. Yes, I have a passion for the outdoors, and I love sharing that with anybody who's willing to listen and laugh at me. But at the end of the day, it's designed. That's why we're doing what we're doing with, say, Project Sanctuary. We're reaching out to them to become more educated in recreational therapy and understand this, and hopefully, if things go right, utilize some of their recreational therapists, to create our curriculum and that we can use throughout the entire network, man. And, and hopefully, I mean, who knows, if I can bat my eyelashes, get them to join one of our boards, just come on board with us. We could use your expertise. So it's things like that. But hearing that story, brother, is just one of those things that it emboldens, and it's what you and I, we sat right there in the dark, with the lights in the Shields parking lot. We both said, if we got to do it one at a time, we'll do it one at a time. And I 100% believe that. Good. If that's how we have to deliver this message, then just start lining them up, because we'll go down the list one at a freaking time. It was a principle I taught my kids in coaching all these years, is that if you don't quit, well, something else is going to have to. You just refuse to quit. That's the bottom line. We take that out of our vocabulary. We're not stopping. So, but it sure does make it easier when folks get out there and they volunteer their time, throw some donations, find companies that are willing to back the programs that we have. That is a huge, unfortunately, in this world, man, that's the stuff that makes us all go around, man. It keeps our wheels turning down the road. So we'll keep that going as well. That's awesome, dude. That is powerful stuff.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Jules on February 18th, along with everyone else that's watching this video. Come into Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Come into the Heroes Den. Get some cow, some quality barbecue. Throw on that Carolina 151 on there. Get some of the Smoke Bros seasonings. Let's get some shout out to Mikey B for what he does on his craft. We'll throw down some Stop 22 tour music. We'll look at the digital print from Talk Around Rutherford, and we'll just enjoy some Heroes vodka and the great sounds of some combat veteran singer-songwriters. I'm
thinking a combination of Heroes vodka, whatever this 360 selfie is, and you and I think we're going to get some good pictures out of this that we could post.
Oh, I mentioned, one thing we're talking about all this is the Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance will also be set up.
Yeah, no kidding. I just dawned on me as well. It's like, yeah, by the way, the wall's going to be there.
The race car is going to be set up. So come on down, have some fellowship with some high quality, energetic, passionate Americans, and
you're going to have a good time.
We're supporting Tyler J.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Listen, boss, I'm going to let you go and let you get back to family time. Thank you so very much for cutting out some time this evening and hanging out with us here on the little deal. And I'm excited, man. 23 setting up to be just a banger of a season for us here. This is going to be, I think, a lot of fun. We're going to be tired. I know that, but I'm ready to be tired.
Yes, sir.
We'll push through and we'll get there, and we'll just keep having these virtual get-togethers to keep us all energized.
We'll rest in December, man. What is it? Tight lines.
That's right. Tight line. Yes, you got it right this time. We're not even going to talk about what you said when we were in Tennessee there.
Wet lines and tight hooks. What?
No. Oh, the looks on the faces of those guys. That was good.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much, man. You send all of our love to everybody out there, and we will be seeing you in probably about 9 days.
Sounds good. I appreciate you, Gene. Appreciate the True Patriot Outfitters and all those sponsors that keep you on the water. New Canoe and Vicious and all those guys and gals that back you up, man. That's what makes it go down. And we look forward to seeing what you do, Josh Deal, and all the other ones that are out there on the water. God bless you.
Awesome stuff. We appreciate it, man. Be talking to you soon.
All right, buddy.
All right. All right, folks, listen, we can't thank you enough. We're going to let you go here. We've been going for about an hour here. So like I said before, stick with us. The 18th, Heroes Den, like what the boss and I were just talking about here. You need to check that out. It's awesome stuff. If you've got an idea of way we can take some Colorado to Tyler there in Tennessee there at the Heroes Den, hit me up, man. DM me. We're looking for ideas and options and ways and things that we can do. Like I said, we're flying out there. If we need to send a package ahead of schedule, we have people in the area that we can send to get the packages beforehand, and hopefully we can rally some support back here in Tyler's home state and take something out there to them. And we can support this young Marine who's given so much to everybody else around him. And on top of that, folks, you know what? Stick with us here. The All-American Kayak Series, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have some good laughs. Going to have some good fishing content that we'll be sharing out there with you. And hopefully, like I said, we might have one more big announcement here, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know where where that some of those things stand here that are coming down in the next probably a week or so. Hey, you folks at home that have watched, that have stuck with us here, I can't tell you from the bottom of our heart, thank you so very much for supporting us, for the shares of our content, for the follows. It does literally mean a ton to us. It's what's helping building this momentum for us, getting the message out there. So thank you so very much. You have our eternal gratitude through and through. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button on YouTube and the other areas out there. We're going to let you go here, folks. Stick with us. As always, tight lines. You know the other one, right? Be safe.
1, 2, 3.